me turn it off before it smokes out the shop. Ugh. Yeah. This was not fun taking it out. I don't think it's gonna be fun putting it back in. Yeah, I have to take the flywheel back off. Yeah, it looks like normal oil. Hey guys, Daniel welcome back to the channel, and we are back with the Turbo Fiat project. Now, as you guys know, this car was given to me by the car wizard because I expressed interest in tuning and building cars and stuff like that. Now, the plan is to EFI this car, put a turbo on it, to increase the horsepower of this little 1.8 liter engine. Now, in the previous video, we started some repairs that we couldn't finish because of lack of parts and lack of time. Unfortunately, that's my fault. I need to plan better. Now, the repairs included the clutch, removing the bumpers, replacing the rotors. Luckily, our sponsor, which we have to give a major thank you, is Autoricombi. They provided the rotor, the clutch, and some other parts that we're going to have to use to finish this project. Now, if you got a Fiat and you need some parts for your car, you can definitely check them out. The link will be in the description. Also, they have a YouTube channel, so if you have stuff that you can do at your house and stuff like that, they got some tutorials and they're always adding more. Also, while you're down there, go ahead and drop a like if you're enjoying the series, and go ahead and subscribe, share the content. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Now, with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, off camera, I actually did some repairs that were kind of quick, and I had a little bit of downtime, so I went ahead and took care of it. Now, the first repair is actually new engine mounts. Those were pretty easy to install. Just a nut on the top and the bottom, and just kind of lift the engine. They pop right out on both sides. You might be able to, remove the intake, makes it a little bit easier, but you don't have to. At least I didn't have to. But yeah, extremely easy. I also went ahead and removed the bumper real quick because it was actually not that hard. It was about 20 minutes of work. Just the 4 nuts on the fuel tank, a couple of fuel hoses, and then the filler neck hose, and then the 2 screws, and it popped right out. And as you can see, this is how it looks without the rear bumper. Now, in this video, the goal is to put the transmission back in. As you can see, this thing is clean. I spent a lot of time cleaning this thing throughout the week, soaking it, and you can see it looks perfect. I also got a brand new shift boot provided by Autoricombi. So this is gonna seal up that noise and smell getting into the cabin from the transmission, so that's a win. And then right here, I have a rear main seal and an input shaft seal. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and take care of the input shaft since we're already in there. Now, you would think this transmission is extremely heavy. It is actually not. So here we got our first radial seal. This is the first one we're going to replace. Obviously, we also have an O-ring, which is in there. But yeah, that one's pretty easy to get to. So we got that seal out. I'll put it over there. Then this is the next seal right here. Just an O-ring. Now that the seals are in, we're going to go back together. So we're going to go ahead and line this up properly. Start sliding it in. It's a little washer there. It's a little tricky to get. Now it's time to go ahead and put the clutch fork and the throwout bearing. So now that the transmission is back together, we're going to go ahead and take care of the rear main seal. Now that the rear main seal is done, we're going to go ahead and do the flywheel. Wizard actually resurfaced this for me, so yeah, she's ready to go. You may have noticed how I forgot to put this little guy back in. Yeah, I had to take the flywheel back off. Luckily, I hadn't torqued it by then. I noticed it, but yeah, I forgot that little guy. But it's in there. Now that the flywheel is torqued, I'm going to go ahead and put the clutch and torque it all down and be ready for, I guess, to put the transmission in, I think. Now that we've got the pressure plate, the rear main seal, the clutch and everything installed, now comes the fun part, putting the transmission back in. Luckily it's light enough and I can lift it and put it on this transmission jack, but yeah. This was not fun taking it out. I don't think it's going to be fun putting it back in. So that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, honestly. It was a pain in the butt to get out, but putting it back in, maybe because I lifted the front of the engine this time, actually helped a lot. But yeah, she's in. We got the new trans mount in there from Auto Combi. That was a little bit of a pain to put on, because not because of the mount, but because there's these spacers in between that kind of help this thing keep its shape while you tighten the bolts down. But yeah, we got everything plugged in. I'll probably zip tie a couple of things if I need to. And yeah, we also got the boot for the shifter as well. We installed that. We got that from Auto Combi as well. So now we just have to get the clutch cable, the speedometer cable installed, and yeah, just pretty much keep going. So the transmission is completely installed. I went ahead and did the drive shaft, the starter, and finished up putting the center console, shifter, boot, and everything back together on the inside. Now the only thing left on the transmission is actually to set the clutch, adjust the clutch, and fill it up with gear oil. Now this gear oil, I got it from Auto Combi. It is 90 weight GO1. I've never seen GO1 before in my life, but this is what, you know, Auto Combi recommends on this thing. It's pretty much the best thing for this transmission, so we're gonna go ahead and use that. Now as you can see, I also got a bunch of hoses. These are a bunch of silicone coolant hoses. So, you know, we got like the upper, the lower, and stuff like that. These are new heater hoses. It's kind of weird how it goes, but yeah, these are new heater hoses. The old ones are trash. And then this little guy right here, it is a filler hose for the fuel tank. When I removed the fuel tank to do the rear bumper, I actually tore it because it was old. It's not compatible with ethanol, so that thing is, it's just gone. It's rotted. So I went ahead and got a new one of these. We're gonna replace it so there's no more issues with, you know, fuel leaking. Now a lot of this stuff I'm gonna go ahead and do it off camera. The reason being is for the next video I want to start doing the modifications. I'm really excited about that. I really want to start getting into the wiring and to the building and to putting the turbo in, the intercooler. So yeah, I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and fill it up with gear oil. Now funny enough, the fill plug is actually on this side, which for some reason the transmission is a little bit this way, and it's like close to the exhaust, which the exhaust is in the way. And then, you know, this heat shield, I actually cleaned it up. It actually came out very nice. It's nice and shiny again. But yeah, on this side I have all the room, but you know, like the only thing in the way is the clutch, the spring for the clutch for the return, and I can just pull that off real quick and get to it. But this side, my goodness, I can barely get my hand in there. I'm gonna use this syringe to put the oil in there. Yeah, it looks like normal oil, like engine oil. Okay, so let's see if we did the job correctly. I already took the lift arms off, so we're gonna get in, turn it on, and then see if it'll move back and forward. Okay, reverse, that's a good sign. Hey, look at that. turn it off before it smokes out the shop. Ugh. Now, I'm really excited how the car is turning out. We've done so much to it, and the car just feels like it's going to be reliable. It's going to be fun to drive. Now, again, I really have to say thank you to Auto Recambi. They've provided so much for this car. Without them, it really wouldn't have been possible. Now, like I said, I'm going to do a few things off camera because I already want to move on from repairs and jump over to modifications, because this is about, I think this is going to be the 5th video on the series. And I'm trying to keep it under 10 because I don't want to fill up my channel with just Fiat videos. I got other stuff in the works. Now, I'm really happy that we have a strong base to build our turbo Fiat. Okay, so I guess I'm going to end the video right here. Next video is going to be a teardown, so definitely check it out. And on that note, I'll see you on the next video.